Well, it's time again. Thanks for joining me, Virgo. It's May 2020. Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. Take a look at your horoscope this month and some important things going on. And in particular, I'm going to animate this right angle here. Re-examination may not be easy. And also this immediate opposition from the moon to Mars in your 12th and 6th house. So this has to do with those submerged things in your day-to-day activities, the attitude, the self-talk associated with your work, because this is the 6th house of your horoscope. Saturn and Mars here. Normally they do quite well together in this area. But you can see here around the 4th, the somewhat confusing Moon and Neptune opposition, moving your moon into the 2nd house of finance. And of course, as this moon swings around here into the sign of Scorpio on the 7th and the 8th, we have a full moon. And this is your 3rd house, 9th house. Re-examining your values as well seems to be an important part of this. Positive, I might say, because you've got the fortifying influence here of Jupiter and Pluto with the Sun and Mercury in your 10th house. And of course, with that combined influence of Uranus, there's the full moon there on the 8th. This could present you with some sudden insights and some really interesting angles on the meaning of life, what you're here for. Here you have to balance that against this very practical, self-critical. We know you're self-critical because of Mars here in this 6th house. But still, I think with all of these really nice aspects, the blue lines indicate the favorable aspects or relationships between the planets. The red ones indicate the tough aspects. You see there the Moon, Venus, North Node around the 10th, showing us maybe some domestic stuff that's not sitting too well. You can't afford to be too emotional under those transits. That may still continue up until the 12th or 13th, as you see here with the moon in combination with very powerfully tonic Pluto. It's very, very eliminative. It's going to eliminate a lot of stuff. And it's actually through this process of Jupiter and Pluto in the 5th house that you're able to eliminate. And how is that? That's through the creative process. Again, there's the Sun creating a lovely, warm, generous, expressive, optimistic vibe, which we need. You're fired up around the 15th and 16th as the moon enters into the same sign as Mars. Mars also makes its move into your 7th house. So that middle portion of the month is all about relationships. And you see the moon here between Neptune and Mars, the action planet and the dream planet, the idealistic planet. So finding that balance in your relationships around mid-month is going to be all important. What's nice in the chart, I think in the 2nd half of the month for you, Virgo, are these very formidable placements of your ruling planet, Mercury, with absolutely best bosom buddy, Venus up here in your 10th house of profession. Notice also that recently the North Node, or the karmic point, has just also moved into this area. So there's a lot of activity, a lot of desire, a lot of creativity going into how you can make your work much, much better. And keep your eye here as well, because as soon as the Sun moves into your 10th house on the 22nd, there it is there, then you have the option to make some big changes in your work if you want. Don't let the external circumstances deflect. Again, that's my theme this month, deflection. The new moon is also going to take place here on the 23rd, 24th. So you'll have the North Node, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, and then the moon here in its new moon phase, also in absolutely wonderful aspect there to the expansive and eliminative, transformative Pluto. So lots of stuff happening there in the work, career, and also to some extent the finance area Why do I say that? Because Venus, Virgo, is your finance planet. Here it is, ruling the second house, and it also has a dominant role to play in your life because it influences you by way of its ownership of the ninth house. Ninth house is your good fortune, your luck. It's a karmic, spiritual house. And having these two planets particularly joining hands in this 10th house is what we call a Raja Yoga, or an accelerated opportunity for you in your working life. The Sun is not such a friendly planet ruling the 12th house, but it shows that you must use your intuition if you want to get ahead in your work at this point in time. You'll notice also there may be some challenges in the relationship side of your life due to the square aspects here to both Mars and Neptune from this career area. Lots of better opportunities that you can capitalize on as Mercury moves into the 11th house of financial gain and fulfillment of your desires. The 11th house is definitely an opportunity for you, being your ruling planet, to give you that opening that you need, that sense that you've achieved something. And that's quite likely Mercury in the 11th, and then of course having the Sun in the 10th is usually a period of the year when you get those lucky breaks in your work if you've been feeling stifled. The challenging aspect here from Mars is one that I don't think it's going to be too bad. In fact, I think it's going to stimulate you to do more and to get out there and aggressively go for what you have to. It's competitive out there in the marketplace, and you need to be on your best game if you're going to be coming out on top. I'm going to be back next month, but I do recommend you take a look at what I've got there for you for the weekly horoscopes. Now we've started them up. Monthly horoscopes, they're also available at astrology.com.au, along with the dailies that I put out there. And you might also like to consider where you're at in this sort of lockdown stage, how you're going to maneuver this, how you're going to stop that deflection and bring all your energy back, gather it all up and be the best you can, compete in an increasingly competitive marketplace. Astrology can help you with that. Look forward to your company next month, Virgo. Take care. Look after yourself. Bye-bye.